currency notes inside. You see your mandazi. This is money donated by Kamukuywa. Kamukuywa is one of those villages. Naambiwa pia sio machungwa. It's one of those villages in I think in Likuyani. Yeah. No, in Bungoma. Yes, Kamukuywa. Yes. So this is something that we witnessed in Olkalau. Dismas, I know you wanted to comment about what Rachel had said, but you also get to answer this one. That we're now seeing a new style where people show their support for their preferred candidate by actually giving them financial support. It may not be immense, it may not be decisive, but that we've not seen Kenyans giving. It's been vice versa.
Well, this one is very symbolic, and in my view, it's a very powerful signature from an optics perspective. Again, you remember, I can't recall whether it was in Kericho during the last election, where there was a candidate for governor who said he didn't have enough money and he was a teacher at a university. And when he was campaigning, he was making his final submission, he was almost crying. And then the voters told him, calm down, we'll actually finance your campaign. They gave him resources. But the tragedy is a few days later, after he took office, then people started regretting and they were attempted to impeach him. And the same thing happened in Olkalau. People were giving resources, which is a very good thing. When people have a certain candidature, they'll give resources. Now, as my sister was talking about Olkalau, if you look at those crowds for UDA, people were literally packed to the rafters, and they received cooking gas, they received boats, and one wonders whether it was actually necessary to have boats in that part of the world. They received all manner of gifts. But when it came to the material day, when they were casting the ballot, they took a very divergent position. In fact, some people were saying, wait a minute, how much money did you spend for these campaigns? I understand a senior person in rank within the administration said that it was about 100 million. So, and then you can do the mathematics. If you spent 100 million, how many votes did you get? What is the cost per vote? Now, from a political communication perspective, these pictures are amazing. This kind of fundraising effort is amazing. Now, when you look at the fundraising, one would expect high levels of accountability and governance issues, so that as you plunge into this campaign, you do not start, people don't start casting aspersions on how you're going to use these accounts. Now, my friend here has mentioned about Barack Obama in the US. The levels of transparency are very high to the last coin, and one would expect that not just from Sifuna, but all presidential candidates. Like yesterday, I remember a senior person from ODM indicated, wait a minute, during the impeachment of Mr. Rigathi Gachagua, we were given resources. So these are the kind of moments we need from the politicians when some of them are pushed into a corner, or when the status quo is threatened. We'd like them to reveal all these things, because the President Ruto is on record as having said, wait a minute, the National Assembly and the Senate, sometimes before they pass motions, they like to see the color of money. And on receipt of a khaki envelope, they vote in a particular direction. So let's have more senators coming out, as Mr. Junet Mohammed has indicated, and find out who actually gave them this money and what was the import of this money.
And we do have that clip where Junet Mohammed is talking and making reference to someone whose name he did not mention, but he was talking about someone who built a house that he felt was not worth the kind of money they received. Let's listen to what